Welcome, Grand Rising. Greetings. Good day to you all. You are tuned in to the one and only Peak Wellness Hour. And I am so excited to be here. I'm excited, but I'm nervous because I don't like going live by myself, believe it or not, even though Queen Edith and I do it every week. It's still a challenge, but I am so grateful to be here with you all. Was not here last weekend. Yeah, last weekend to have the part 2 conversation of the importance of gut health, but we're here to do that today. Queen Edith is away taking care of business, so we wish her well and safe travels and all that good jazz, right? Grand Rising, Queen Kathy, so good to see you. So yeah, we're gonna have a conversation, part 2 about gut health. You all know I love to educate, so because I'm talking solo here, I'm gonna give you some knowledge. I'll tell you that I am a nurse, but I'm not giving medical advice, just sharing some information with you all. So stay tuned and we're gonna dive in. All right. So welcome back. How's everybody's weekend starting out? Good, I hope. It is hot here in Indiana. It is so hot. It is excruciatingly hot. So make sure you all stay hydrated. Again, you're tuned into the Peak Wellness Hour. We are doing part 2 of the importance of gut health. I enjoy the conversation. What was it, the 4th? 2 weeks ago? Great conversation, great insight. So we're going to continue that conversation. I know when Queen Edith and I get together, and even when we have co-hosts, we get to chatting, and it really always flows very well together. So some of it we didn't get to dive into as far as the educational piece and the importance of taking care of your gut health. So if you think about it, many people have had that gut feeling, right? So the gut, this gut feeling is usually tied into intuition. But nobody ever says I have this brain feeling, where your thoughts come from. And that's because the gut is considered your second brain, right? So we're going to dive into that. Good deal. I'm glad for you. I can't wait to get back to resting, Queen. How's the weather there? How's the weather? We get like 93 here. It's been hot and humid. Grand Rising, Queen Mother. Hope you are well. Thank you all for tuning in. So we're going to talk about the importance of the gut because it is your second brain and a lot of our overall health. Okay, so we're going to go through this. A couple weeks ago, we talked about, let me find it because I do have notes. We talked about the importance of the micro biome, basically, how the gut, 100 trillion? Let me find it because I want to be precise. I think it's like 100 trillion microorganisms that pretty much control your whole body, like I said. So we're going to the ways it does affect your body, kind of system by system, so you all can get an understanding of it. And a lot of things, again, being a nurse in healthcare, just, a whole lot of things. We don't realize how important it is to properly take care of our body. And a lot of that goes into what we put into our bodies by way of our gut. So like we said a couple weeks ago, the gut consists of your mouth, your esophagus, the stomach, small intestines, large intestines, and then the rectum. Okay. So Queen Nip was talking about that toward the end last time, and the importance of the mouth. So it's interesting. You all know I love food. If you know me well enough, I love food. I love talking about food. It is always a topic of conversation. I love to cook. It's just food just brings everybody together, right? But it's so important when we eat not to shove food down our, in our mouth. It's important to really actually chew your food up. I think it's like 20 I'm going to get it right, 20 to 30 times you chew your food before you swallow, so that the digestive process is a lot smoother. A lot of us get heartburn and indigestion or whatnot after we eat or while we're eating, because we're forcing all this food in chunks down our esophagus and then into our stomach and intestines, and it makes it more difficult to break up. So when you think about the gut like that and how we're, starting out just by what we put in our mouths, that's super important. Okay. So 90 degrees. Okay. Okay. Love it. I've got all the windows up in my loft, and it is super hot up here. That heat does rise to the top. So again, stay hydrated, you all. So with that being said, 100 trillion microorganisms in the colon alone. Okay. These microbes help digest food, produce vitamins. A lot of us are taking supplements, to stay healthy. I would advise you to make sure you know your levels, whether you choose to take Western medicine or supplements, even going to a doctor to get blood work to know your levels. So you're not overindulging in vitamins, because our bodies do naturally produce vitamins, right? So make sure you know those levels and you're not overdoing it. If you're eating the right foods that have those vitamins in it on top of your body producing, those things naturally, then you may not need supplements. So make sure you understand what you're doing with that. I am all about holistic health over Western medicine when it comes to pharmaceuticals. But again, I'm not a physician. I'm not giving medical advice. And I will say this too, on a side note, I was watching something and I did some research with it just a little bit, didn't dive too deeply into it, but it's alleged that, with supplements, they're typically not regulated by the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, right? So, but there's not been any documented cases where anyone has died over taking supplements, but there have been documents over the years of fatal situations with people taking pharmaceutical Western medications. So just keep that in mind when you're going to the doctor. Know your body, understand your body, and understand that you have choices outside of taking medications that don't cure, but just kind of treat, and you rely on having to take other medications to offset the side effects of that first medication, versus talking to your doctor about the options of you choosing to go a holistic approach, as that's your right. And again, just knowing your body and what works for you. So I'll say that, and I'll leave that alone. So moving forward, the microbes, what do? They fight harmful bacteria. They train the immune system. So all these microorganisms, 100 trillion in the colon alone, train your immune system, which is big. Common cold, flu, cancer, all these things, immune system. So when it says train the immune system, that is based off of how you treat your body and what you put into your body, because the body is naturally designed to heal itself, right? So when we get to disrupting things and not doing the right thing by ourselves, it causes complications. So it also produces important hormones and neurotransmitters. This is important because I'm perceiving, I don't know for fact, but I'm guessing a lot of us, when we think about hormones, we think about significant matters in life, like puberty or menstrual cycles or menopause, when we think hormones. But hormones, the body produces all sorts of hormones that are beneficial throughout the longevity of our lives. So making sure that we're producing the proper hormones, proper odor, and staying in tip-top shape is important. So that goes into gut health. Reducing inflammation, and then protecting the intestinal lining. Again, back to the indigestion and all that stuff. So think about that. Okay. So let's go into the different systems. And this is going to be really interesting. Grand Rising, Black Love. Shout out to the UEOA, United Empires of Akiba line. Shout out to everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you. Happy Saturday. So let's break it down for everybody. And please like, share, and subscribe if you will, because this information is important. So we want to help people the best way we can and share the information that we have. So bringing it down to the different systems, the immune system. Okay, approximately 70% of the immune system is located in the gut. That's a lot. 70% of the immune system. So again, think about all these autoimmune diseases. What if we were able to change our diets and choose to eat healthier, to impact that healing process? If we ate better foods, put better things in our body, refrain from different things, say with cancer patients, instead of pumping, chemo and radiation to your body, which kills the bad cells and the good cells. What if we just ate better? Right? So approximately 70% of the immune system right there in the gut. So healthy bacteria in the gut is going to help it's going to identify the harmful germs, producing antibodies and then reducing that inflammation. So it's going to strengthen the immune system for defense. Okay. If you have the poor gut health, you will have frequent infections. You have increased risk of allergies, autoimmune diseases, and then chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation is a big deal. If you all don't know what lymphedema is, it's a horrible thing. Lymphedema is where the cells are overproduced and they're dead, dying, unhealthy cells. And you have all this weight, especially in your legs. It gets scaly and it's very uncomfortable. That's chronic inflammation, where it's not just, something swollen and it's resolved with ibuprofen. This is chronic. It affects how you walk, how you move, your ability to just exist in life, to the best of your ability. So think about that. When it comes to brain health, moving on, the gut and brain consistently communicate through the gut-brain axis. Okay. So the gut produces 90 to 95% of the body's serotonin and about 50% of the dopamine. These are the hormones that increase your mood, your mental well-being and stability. So when we're taking antidepressants and we're eating junk food, you see what I'm saying? Antidepressants are intended to increase your serotonin and your dopamine. It's the happy, hormone, right? So again, choosing to, put better things in your body, refrain from certain things may get you off of antidepressant medication, right? Because with antidepressants, it doesn't cure your depression. It just boosts that serotonin. But again, that's part of a lifestyle too, and changing your mindset and making that choice to kind of interact both of those, where you have the medication or the supplements versus how you choose to live your life. So that goes hand in hand. With brain health, if you have a poor gut, when it comes to brain health, you're likely to experience anxiety, depression, memory problems, difficulty concentrating, brain fog. I don't know about you all. I'll be 45 this year, and this whole ADHD, ADD, heightened thing, I'm not saying it's not real, but sometimes life is life. And sometimes when we can't tap into a holistic option and understanding to heal self, it can be misdiagnosed. I'm not saying some or overlooked, the the root cause may be overlooked and you're diagnosed and you're medicated, but your physician's not talking to you about, again, what you put in your body, what you refrain from, so just think about those things. Let me see if there's anything in the chat. What's going on, cuz? Yes, definitely have to detox, definitely. Let me know if you have ideas about detoxing. I know Queen Gloria Carter, which is Isaiah's mother, she has there's a tea shop that she goes to here in Indy. So there are places, and it's actually Black owned. High five to them. But they have teas that help you detox. Again, just looking into what your options are. We cannot eat better when some are delivery. I agree with that. I don't even know where to go with that, because that is an issue. Again, choosing the right foods. Sometimes you got to pay. You pay for what you get what you pay for, right? So that is a problem for me. I don't know what the deal is with the convenience, with the watermelon seeds, all these things. That is not okay. I agree, Queen, that there's something wrong with that. So, and I think too, sucks that Queen Eve's not here right now, but with international foods, I wonder, I don't shop at international grocery stores like that. I probably should, but the difference, in the quality of food is something else. So, I had to ask you about that. Adrenal support drops. Okay. And the adrenal gland helps with kidney function, all that good jazz. That's interesting. I'd like to hear about that. That's, yeah. Make sure you all watch what you are buying too. Watch the ingredients. A lot of things are not what they say they are. So be cautious about where you're buying things. Amazon has an array of options, but doesn't mean that they're the right thing, right? So watch that. I'm sorry. It says many people notice mood improvements after improving their diet. Okay, with brain fog and all that stuff. And brain fog is a big deal. I'm going to tell you all what it is, because we use words and we expect people to know what something is. And I don't think anybody here is stupid, but I just want to be transparent, so we all have the information. So a brain fog, it is a collection of cognitive symptoms that make you feel mentally clouded or sluggish. It involves trouble focusing, poor short-term memory, slow thought processing, and difficulty finding the right words. Okay, so just a little FYI for you there. So those things are important, and we discredit those things and overlook those things, especially women. I guess men do too, in their own right, but they're not to be ignored, because if we're not taking care of things and correcting things, and they become chronic and long-term illnesses, right? So at heart health, gut bacteria influences blood pressure, cholesterol, again, inflammation, that is a big thing, and then blood sugar. Okay, having the right, microdome in your body, right, microbiome in your body is capable of lowering, I have brain fog right now, you all, the risk of heart disease. And that's a big deal. We hear these terms and we really don't understand the complications of them and not being healthy and well. But when little things with your health shift, it can affect your whole life, as well as your loved ones, that are there to support. So just keep that in mind. Weight management, healthy gut bacteria can regulate appetite, regulate fat storage, insulin sensitivity, and calorie extraction from food. Okay, so when you have an unhealthy gut, is linked to obesity and metabolic disorders, your metabolism, being sluggish and all that stuff. Skin health. Poor gut health can lead to acne, rosacea, psoriasis, eczema. So that's inflammation of your skin tissues. So reducing the inflammation by eating healthier can improve your skin. And again, there's a lot of commercials about eczema and all that stuff right now. And somehow the side effects are just obscene, right? Again, eating healthier. And like we talked about before with the hormone balance, the gut regulates estrogen, cortisol, thyroid hormones, and insulin. So when we're thinking about diabetes, if we change our diets, can we get off the insulin? Can we get off the medication? Changing your diet and being consistent with it. And it's something that you have to do in moderation, right? You just don't just change your lifestyle overnight, but it's something that it's a practice that you do in moderation. And then sleep is a big one. The gut regulates melatonin production. Again, we said serotonin and stress hormones. That's why it's important not to, stuff your face, and stuff your gut before you go to bed. And now you have all that heavy stuff on you. So yeah. Queen Kathy says detox of black seed and soursop. Is that what it is? Liquid mixture? Okay. You all check that out. What else? Yeah. You know what though? And that's the thing, Queen Lynn, remember some years ago, they were burning down, farmers' crops because they didn't want to put the pesticides and all that stuff. And again, with the seeds, if you don't know where these seeds are coming from, our soil is tainted. We have dirty soil that's been regurgitated and reused. So it's kind of difficult. I don't know. Like Queen Kathy is the queen of farming, right, and agriculture in her own right. So I don't know how that works. Where with our soil, and we're using the same soil that's lacking nutrients because of what we put into it. It's an issue. So any insight there, I'd love to hear that. Right? Thank you. I had to comb this hair. It's hot. I can't do nothing with my hair. I can't straighten it out because it's so hot. It just curls back up. So I figured I'd just comb it out, and this is what I got. You should have saw it earlier. It was something else. But thank you. Brain fog. Yeah. Queen Lynn said, brain fog is my middle name. Walk into a room for what? It's a it's a fight and I will win. It's improving. Right. You know what, though? It's true, though. And that's a concern. And as we get older, we don't want to think, we have this dementia, dementia, Alzheimer's, sometimes we just need to chill out. Right. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Even, again, working like on the dementia units and what people are fed. A lot of people are on medications for dementia and they just prolong the symptoms. And so what happens is, like with dementia medication, if you take it, say you take it early stage dementia, and that's when it really works. What it does is if you stay on that medication, 2, 3, 4 years, it'll slowly progress the dementia, but it stalls. If you stop taking that medication, that dementia medication, it'll fast forward you to where you would have been had you not been taking that medication. And now you've gone to, early stage or moderate stage to late stage dementia. That's why it's important, if you are taking medications, not to just stop the medications without understanding the consequences in the process, allowing your body to taper down and just kind of wean it off little by little without going cold turkey, because your body's become accustomed to these medications. And so when you throw it off whack, you get not so good side effects, right? So just keep that in mind when you're doing, taking medications and how you handle that. Even if you choose to stop doing, Western pharmaceuticals and do a holistic approach, it's still important to taper down off those things, whatever it is, even blood pressure medication, all that stuff. So yeah. So let's talk about some side effects or some signs of unhealthy gut. Common symptoms are bloating, of course, gas, constipation, diarrhea, heartburn, food sensitivities, fatigue. There's that brain fog again, skin issues, sugar cravings, because you have these parasites in your body, in your gut. If we're not eating right, we can form parasites, and they feed off of sugar. If you never seen somebody with a tapeworm, gross, gross, and they grow inside your body. It sounds gross and it sounds just unpleasant to talk about, but I'm telling you so that maybe we all, including myself, can make better decisions, because it's fact. Okay. Bad breath, frequent illness, mood swings, and then difficulty losing weight. So just some things to look at. And again, understanding these things when you're talking to your healthcare provider, understanding your body and being honest about what you're putting in your body, what you're not putting in your body. If you're not drinking enough fluids, just being honest. If you're prescribed medications and you're not taking the right dose, be honest with that, so that you can get the treatment that you need to the best of whoever's ability. Okay, but you have to know your body. Causes of poor gut health. Let me see if there's any comments before I go on. Causes of poor gut health. Highly processed foods. We talked about that. We always talk about that. It's easier to grab them. I love Marie Callender's, y'all. I love Marie Callender has the best lasagna. Frozen lasagna. The calories in it are obscene. And I'm sure there are enough calories. They probably exceed the daily suggested amount. So think about that. That one meal and all those calories that you put in your body, you're still going to eat 2 more meals, So just be wise with that. Excess sugar is a cause of poor gut health, Chronic stress, lack of sleep, heavy alcohol consumption, smoking, dehydration, sedentary lifestyle, low fiber diets. Here's one: antibiotic overuse. I would advise, and I'm sure Queen Kathy may have some options. Diarrhea and constipation, I was saying. Okay, so I'm gonna get to that. Hold on. I'm gonna get to that and answer you. Queen Kathy might have some options for natural antibiotics, as far as roots and herbs and whatnot, because when you continue to take antibiotics, so you have an upper respiratory infection or pneumonia or something to the nature. Now you have a toothache. You have to have antibiotics. All these antibiotics weaken your immune system, and when your body becomes accustomed to those antibiotics, it lessens the ability to fight off infection. So make sure that you are being mindful and finding other options when it comes to antibiotics. Sometimes you just got to wait that thing out and eat healthy or fast even, and let your body heal itself, because overuse of antibiotics will cause complications. So yes. In the past, healthcare providers did not they don't like your questions, and that's okay. I have a patient right now, and I'm looking at her. I'm a nurse. This is a doctor, and she has this wound. I'm like, tell him not to cut on this wound when you go next week. And she's like, I agree. But when she got there, that's exactly what happened. He did exactly that. And she says, well, I don't want to overstep, because he's a doctor and he knows. No, ma'am, no, sir. Know your body. These physicians are guessing at best. So know your body, do your own research. And that's super important. I'm going to respond really quickly to Queen Lynn. Diarrhea and constipation. So the diarrhea is when you have loose stools, when there's no bulk, and a lot of times you're dehydrated and not eating well, and so it comes out loose form, where constipation is you're backed up, and it's not loose. Sorry, y'all, I'm a nurse. This is what we talk about, right? So if So if you're having constipation, then you're having loose stools around it and you still feel, impacted, that's a problem. In nursing, it's a big deal to ask about bowel movements, and patients hate that because it's personal, really. But if you've not had a bowel movement in 3 days, that's a concern, you know. Unless you're not, if you're fasting or something like that. But if you are backed up, you're bloated, gassy and uncomfortable, that is an issue, right? Bowel obstructions are real. If having a bowel obstruction by not getting rid of that waste, what's really happening is all the waste that doesn't need to be in your body is not going anywhere, and it's being excreted into the rest of your body. And so now you have all these toxins, right, floating in your body where they shouldn't be, causing disease, causing illness, causing infection. So that's a really big deal. And everybody has different, bowel patterns or whatnot, but know your body. But if you're not having regular bowel movements, you are not eliminating the waste and the unwanted food items that we put in our body. Okay. Good thought, Queen Lynn. Yeah, I love Marie calendars. I love them. And sometimes, I haven't had them in a while, but yeah, it's hard to get away from those foods sometimes. My meds constipate me. Yeah, yep. So I use detox and it helps cleanse me out. Yeah. And I'll say I've learned there are different types of detoxes. And there are they have them where they're designed for different systems in your body. So if you're detoxing for heart health, or if you're detoxing for weight loss, or detoxing for kidney health, and they're different, concoctions or whatnot that herbalists can put together for you. So find someone that knows how to do that and can actually share with you the importance of what you're putting into your body. Right. So, and then again, with taking medications, hydration is always important. Drink as much water as you can when you are taking medications, even supplements, just hydrate. So that's super important. What else? Let's see. I don't know. I don't got a lot, you all. I think we talked about some of the foods like probiotics 2 weeks ago. And I am working on that blog. I wanted to put everything together since we did a part 2. I didn't finish the blog on the Peak Wellness Hour website, but I will get that together so everything's there and accessible for you all as far as food items and whatnot. Let me see. Lifestyle habits for better gut health. We just talked about staying hydrated. Eat a wide variety of plant foods each week. So I love vegetables. I don't know what are you all's favorite vegetables? I love me a good green bean. I do like cabbage. I love Brussels sprouts. I don't know. Asparagus I can take or leave. I don't know. I can take or leave asparagus. Same with corn. I think I can take or leave corn. I like beets too. What do you guys like? Let's see. What about something for inflammation? I believe. Oh, okay. Let's do it. Inflammation. Where'd it go? Good question. I will tell you this while I'm looking for it. I will tell you this. I know like yogurt and whatnot is a good probiotic to balance out your gut health, but dairy is a horrible thing when you're dealing with inflammation. So especially if you have a cold or whatnot, sinus issues, dairy is the worst thing that you can put in your body because it builds mucus, and the mucus traps those bad cells, those harmful cells and bacteria or whatnot. So stay away from dairy if you are having acute situations. And I've said it before, I don't always think about what dairy consists of. I think milk and cheese, and I'm not a milk drinker, but again, ranch and Miracle Whip. I'm not a mayo fan either, but Miracle Whip, sour cream, those things are dairy products. So just keep that in mind. But inflammation, you've got avocados, walnuts, almonds, chia seeds, flaxseed, salmon, extra virgin olive oil, and sardines. I knew sardines were, I've never had sardines, but they said that's really good. Older people used to, back in the day, they used to eat those for inflammation. So those are some options. I'm gonna see if I can put it in the chat. Let me see if I can copy and paste this without messing it up. I like fresh spinach. Hang on, foods. I'm sorry. That's why I need a co-host, because now I gotta type and talk. I like fresh spinach. I do not like spinach out of a can. I think it is so nasty. I don't like the consistency of it. I'll say that. It is so, I don't know. I don't like it. But fresh spinach, definitely. Oh, that ran together, didn't it? I'll have to fix it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tried to copy and paste. There's an answer if you can read between the jumbo for inflammation. I'll fix that real quick. And I'll put that on the website too when I'm done. I had chia seed. I need to use them again. I've never had them. I'm going to have to try it. And that's another thing. We have to get out of the habit of eating the same things when there are options that actually prove to be healthy for us. So even incorporating those things into, I don't know, like I said, with spinach, kale, that's, those are, I like a kale salad, but you got to do it right, so even like mixing those things into smoothies, if you don't like avocado, you can mix that into, a smoothie, or avocado toast and do it with some, jam preservatives and kind of balance that flavor. I made some the other day, and avocado toast. And what I did was, sardines. Yeah. I don't know. I can't get over that little fish in that can. I don't know. But I made some avocado toast the other day, and I did it where I mixed honey and some, I think it was raspberry. It might have been strawberry preservatives with it, and just kind of balance that flavor out. I took some candied pecans, I think, and crushed them and sprinkled them over them and put it blackberries on top of it. It was delicious. It was. So that's the way you can, if you don't like avocados, there's really no taste to it, even adding it to your salad. So this ways with the extra virgin olive oil. I know some people take, a teaspoon of it by mouth. That's, I guess people used to do castor oil, but if that's what you want to do, or you can cook with it, and do it like that. So I don't know. Real quick side note, it's going to be an inside joke, but Queen Mother, remember the movie The Burbs? Have you ever seen The Burbs with Tom Hanks? If you've never seen it, you got to see it. It's an old movie, like an 80s movie. But every time I think about sardines, this guy, the neighbor, Tom Hanks' neighbor in the movie, came out serving sardines. That's all I can think about when I hear sardines. It just makes me, I don't know. I can't get over the head. I can't get over it. Yeah, right. It's a good movie. It's a funny movie. And they actually have the TV show now. And I thought that was cute too. But yeah, that's a funny movie. Yeah. So if you have not seen that, check that out. Have to drink. Okay. Which one's that, Queen? What are we drinking? I'm sorry, I got the talking. I read where if you place castor oil on your belly button, you know what? I heard that too. I had a patient that had a caregiver, and that's what she was doing. Wild. So we'll try that. If you ever constipated, grab you some castor oil. I guess you got to keep it in the house, right? Oh, but chia seeds. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try it. No. 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to try it. Yeah, that's interesting with the castor oil. See, a whole lot of things you can do naturally to heal your body. What else do we have? This might be a short show you all today. But I did want to share those things with you all and make sure we got that education piece followed up by the conversation that we had 2 weeks ago. Because it is the education part is important. I think, again, talking to your physician or talking to anybody, it's important to understand the rhyme and reason of what you're putting in your body and how it affects you. Again, what Queen Lynn said about the seeds or whatnot and fruits and vegetables being seedless, that's something that we got to figure out. And we do need more farmers doing the right thing. So why do you have castor oil? I don't even know what you use it for. Let's see, what is castor oil used for? Okay, so it is a natural laxative, skincare, it's anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. Can reduce swelling, soothe irritated skin, and support wound healing. Hair and scalp health, hair growth. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, I see you. Anti-inflammatory pain relief. Can help arthritis, sore muscles, and joint pain. Oh, well, look at us learning together. I'm going to have to go get me some castor oil. Castor oil is used holistic wellness practices to support lymphatic drainage and liver detoxification. Okay, apply castor oil packs over the liver or lymph nodes to enhance circulation, promote detoxification, and support overall vitality. Oh, wow. Induces labor. Yeah. Thank you, Queen Kathy. I'm going to give me some castor oil now. Okay. Okay, sometimes. Okay, I'm going to have to try that. Yeah. Where'd I find that at? Yeah, I'm going to send that. Yep, I'm going to put all this on the website. This is good information. Thank you, Queen. This is great information. So yeah, let's see what else we can find to self-heal, right? Yeah, we'll definitely send that. Absolutely. So yeah, that's where we're at. Looking, y'all know I don't like talking to myself, but thank you for the feedback. I appreciate this. I appreciate the engagement, right? And again, we get to learn together. I do want to show you all, and I'm going to upload this on the website. And it is peakwellnesshour.com. It's not the Peak Wellness Hour, just Peak Wellness Hour. But I did have a video up, and I had to go back in and redo the link because it was only good for 3 days. But I do have one for gut health. And let me see if I can find it and share. And share. Oh, where is it? Oh, okay. Let me see. Is this it? Oh, criminy, I can't find it. I'm gonna find it. Hang on, y'all. I was super excited to watch it too. I haven't watched it yet. Let's see if I can find it. Did we do gut health and mental health? Let me see if that one's a free one. No, that's not it. Oh, Lordy Lord. What's everybody got going on this weekend while I'm looking for this? Anything interesting? I think we have I think the Black Expo is here in Indiana either this week or next weekend. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's watch this one. Let's see what this one is. I'll put this one on the link on the website and we can watch this one. I'm actually going to put it in the chat right now. Hang on. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me, you all. Cleaning. That's what I need to do. So my youngest son has moved out. While I'm doing this, my youngest son has moved out Wednesday. And so I'm officially an empty nester. So I think I'm gonna be cleaning too and finding something to do with my life this weekend. I don't know. I'm very proud of him though. He's done a great job and he's very responsible. So I'm happy about that. Okay, so yeah, the Gaia link is in the chat. And I'll add it to the website under watch party. I think it says on the homepage. But we'll watch the preview really quickly and we'll get out of here. If I can, let's see. Okay. Let me make sure it's coming there on the phone, on the screen. Okay. Okay. So watch this preview. And this is, okay, so this is microbiome gut happiness. Healing your digestion begins with supporting the microbiome within your gut. So she's going to chat about that. So let's see what this is. And I think it's 43 minutes. So when I put the link up, you have 3 days to watch it, and you guys can see, you all can see where it says share the full video for free. So those are the ones, some of them don't say that, but those are the ones that I share with you all. So if you do enjoy Gaia, let me know. You please use my link to sign up for a subscription because it is an affiliate subscription, but I do enjoy sharing things that I can with you all for free. And this is one of them. So that's why I said they let you watch it for 3 days. It's not my choice. It's how they do it. So, yep. And if you ever need to, if you don't get it the weekend and you want to watch it throughout the week, just go to the website, peakwellnesshour.com, under contact us and just shoot me a, email and I'll get that to you. So let's watch this real quick preview and we'll see what's what.
SIBO stands for small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. The root problem is these pathogens that are stealing the energy and driving the fire down. Bloating, burps, gas, heartburn, reflux.
Yep.
When people feel healthy and they have lots of fiber, they don't crave things. Their neurotransmitters are back. Adrenaline is more normal. Cortisol is more normal. They're fertile again. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting in the car. I'm not depressed anymore. And I don't crave sugar. So the disruptions come from...
Okay. So that was a short little preview, but there you go. That's what it is. So, there we go. Yeah. So check that out. I will put that in the link is there in the comment section, but I will definitely put that on the website for you all. So yes. That's all I got. I like grits. I'm not a big breakfast fan food. I think because I want like a meat and a starch and a vegetable because I'm just being greedy sometimes. But whenever my husband gets breakfast food, I always eat his food. And I get something like brunchy, like lunch food, like a sandwich or a salad, and I eat his food. But I do like me some good grits. So yes. No, poop paralysis. Are you referring to, so again, that constipation and when your gut is, so when your intestines aren't pushing things along, they're stalled pretty much. A lot of that has to do with hydration, and not having that flow, some of it is regarding internal scar tissue, so say like if you've had a bowel obstruction and you can have paralysis of the gut is what is of the intestines that are not moving things along. So again, like when you're constipated, even when you're dealing with diarrhea, it's really important to hydrate, to make sure everything's flowing like it should, and it just kind of pushes everything. And when I say hydrate, I'm talking about water. I'm not talking about sodas and sugary drinks. Like, you need some water. You have to think too with juices, read the label, because a lot of them are not 100% juice. A lot of them don't have but a few drip drops of actual fruit in them, so read those labels. I'm sorry, I'm dehydrated. Read those labels to make sure that you're not getting, a fruit juice where it's like, 10% real fruit. And then the rest of it is, fructose and sugars and cornstarch and all these additives, because all that's doing is slowing down the process when it comes to gut health, when it comes to bowel movements and constipation, all that stuff. So be careful with that. Ironically, Gatorade has a lot of sugar in it. I know there were patients, I've had patients with diabetes and they would be dehydrated and they couldn't figure out why their sugar was going high. Drinking Gatorade, it's high in sugar. So just be careful with that. I've stopped taking vitamins. I've mixed sea moss, yep, black seed, and what is it? Moringa in a gel. Okay, and have to take it regularly to reap their benefits. Okay, I heard the black seed is really good. I'm going to try it. I'm definitely going to try it. And I'll tell you all what, if you're taking something, I mean, definitely share where you're getting your stuff, where you're getting your holistic products from, and give reviews. Even, we like to give bad reviews on things and bring that into acknowledgement, but it's nice to give good reviews too, so that people can have some kind of feedback on what they're taking, how beneficial it is. You have people promoting things on social media, but again, like with Gaia, I do get a little change if people sign up for it. You watch it for free, but if you sign up for a subscription, but I'm gonna tell you honest things. So sometimes people are not, it's just about getting that kickback and you're promoting something and you don't know what you're talking about. So make sure we watch where we're, who's giving that feedback, and definitely give good feedback when you, and share somebody else can have the information and make sound decisions. So yeah, you got to drink plenty of water. And you know what people say? I think a lot of people say they drink enough water because when they're thirsty, they might go for water. But, if I'm drinking 2 of these a day, is it really enough? I'm feel fine, but is it enough? So being consistent with that. I use, I don't have it up here. I do have one. I'm not going to get up though. But they're little packets. Is this open? This is a vitamin C thing, and it's from my Melaleuca collection, my all natural shopping club I'm with. If you all want information about that, let me know. But it's a packet like this, and they're lemonade packets. I have lemonade. I've got a cherry pomegranate. I've got, I think there's raspberry tea and peach tea, and they're little packets that I put in my water, and they don't have any sugar. They don't have any calories, none of that. So when I don't want to just drink straight water, that's what I go to, versus like Crystal Light where they have those additives. So that's certainly an option. Again, if that's something you're interested in, get with me and let me know. I don't mind sending some samples out. So yeah, those are some options, but we got to drink plenty of water. And that extra sugary stuff is just not good for our bodies. So Queen Lynn says, I've stopped making my teas. So thanks for that. I got the adrenal fluids to help me with my issues. Okay. Oh, adrenal flush, excuse me. Absolutely. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, so there's plenty of options. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to say this before I get off of here. Make sure you all are following Queen Lynn at Black Love 17 on YouTube. Same with Queen Kathy B, Kathy B 606. They have so much amazing information to Queen Tina Berry also with Straight No Chaser with the Queen. All Queens, part of United Empires of Akibalon. Check that out too. A lot of good things, a lot of great conversations going on. And I've been MIA. But I think we might be having a live coming up. The group does them all the time. I just be missing out, and I miss that. So I'm so grateful that you ladies are here today. You queens are here, because I do miss you all. And we have such great information, great conversations and information to share with people. So you all make sure you all follow them. Queen Kathy has so much going on with her in her garden and stuff. So I love looking at what she has going on. And Black Love, she's just going to speak the truth. So go over there and support, subscribe, please, and thank you to their channels, because it's all about growing together. So yeah, definitely do that. And shout out to Mind Games Uncut, D Mays at Mind Games Uncut. I'm super honored. I'm excited. He's got a part 2 of his mini documentary coming out. The first one is called We Control You. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick for you all. It's on YouTube. It's called We Control You. I'm going to find it so you don't have to go to the wrong place. Hold on. And he's working on part 2. And I am so privileged. I get to be a part of that. Where is it at? And give a brief Mind Games. I'm sorry. Give a brief thought process on the healthcare aspect of it. So I'll be working on that this weekend and getting that to him, because he's patiently waited. So make sure you all go follow Mind Games Uncut as well. I cannot find this. I see the breakdown. But yeah, it's basically talking about the control, like how the systems across the board are controlling people. So definitely want to check that out. Queens, if you happen to come across that, why can't I find it? I'm sorry, you all. I brought it up, so I got to find it for you. Well, I'll tell you what. I can't find it, but what I will do is share. He's got the We Control You breakdown. So I will share that with you all. And if I can find that, so you all can check that out. But anyways, I just want to give a shout out to everybody in the nation. We Control You. Okay, I'm about to get out of here, you all. Bam. Okay. Hang on. So that's in the comment section for you all. You can watch the breakdown. Like I said, if I find the actual video, because I just had it the other day, I will post that and show some love there and promote or support or whatnot. That would be great. Queen Liz says, I'm from New York. And when they started putting dopamine in the water, I've stopped putting dopamine in the water. Why? Why are they doing that? So what do you drink? Like, do you drink bottled water? Because some of these bottled water, I don't know. I'm real talk. Like sometimes you got more subscribers. Queen Lynn gets in trouble sometimes, yeah, because she's honest. So if you don't like honesty, then yeah. So y'all make sure you subscribe for some truth, okay? So and support. So yeah, what do you drink? I don't know. I think that's why it's important to speak life over your food and what you put in your body before you do it, because this is craziness. So absolutely, shout out to Be Night Empires of Akibalon and just supporting Black communities and positivity and all that jazz and just doing it different. So yeah, definitely support. It's so hard to find these videos on YouTube and so yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why, but yeah, I'll try to find that. Definitely support you all. So drink alkaline water. Okay. Okay. My husband was drinking that. He'll drink it in spurts, like just kind of to try to level up. He does the spring water. Um, I use my Brita um device because I hate wait. I have an issue with waste, and all that plastic just drives me crazy. So yeah, I'm trying. Me and technology are not. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. We're gonna get it together. So yeah, so that's what I got for you all. Again, I've been delayed. I'm so glad you all hung out with me today. Missed you all last week. Like I said, a lot of things were going on. And I just needed some rest. So that's what I did. I got some rest and I took advantage of Queen Edith not being here, and I just took a break too. So again, wish her well and send her prayers and all that good jazz as she is out of town again. So yes. But I believe she'll be back next weekend. And we'll find something to talk about. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll find something. You all have anything you want to chat about? Maybe we can do a show. Any ideas? Anything? I was looking for a comment earlier. Hang on. Any ideas? We're going to find something interesting. So if y'all have any ideas, you can also go on the website, peak1sr.com, and give your suggestions if you want. So, and we can look into having those conversations. So, yes, I'm sorry, I'm reading these things. Okay, I just want to make sure I got everything. So yeah, that's what I've got. We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna drink some more water because my lips and my mouth are dry. And I'm sure y'all don't want to keep watching me drink water on this live. Hang on. Okay, I think that's it. So yes, and Kathy did say earlier, yes, I am an empty nester now. So y'all pray for me. But it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. I did something right, so I'm excited. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so yep, that's all I've got. If you all have any ideas, wine. You want to talk about wine, or what do you want to do? We can talk about wine, which is good for the heart. Red wine is good for the heart. So thank you, Queen. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, awesome. I love it. Thank you all. We got to get together. What y'all doing today? We definitely got to do a show. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm going to record my thoughts about the control of in the healthcare system and send this to King D Mays with United Empires of the Cable Line so we can get that going, and hopefully the Queens on here can get together and hopefully we can do a show. Hopefully I can. They do shows all the time. I will be there, so hopefully we can get that done this weekend, or just even kind of catch up and chit chat because I miss you, Queens. I miss you, ladies. I love you to life, and I appreciate you all being here. So thank you. Oh, let's do that. Oh, that's a good one. Are you coming on with us? You know, come on and have the conversation because we can do that. I'm down with that. Which I think is a big deal. I think we just talked about menopause. I think we did it in May. We did menopause, and that is something that is for real life. So yeah, we can definitely have that conversation. And you are certainly invited on for that, Queen Lynn. Yes. So much love for you all. I miss you all. Make sure I have some sound people around you. So yes, everybody enjoy their Saturday. Stay warm, stay cool, stay hydrated. Listen to your bodies. Grab some fruit. Grab the water. I love freezing water, and they're just letting it melt. I have the cooler, but it's so hot out there, it gets to melting. So make sure you all, grab some fruit. Watermelon's a great one. Grab the ones with the seeds. With the seeds. Yeah, if you all have any ideas, definitely hit us up on the website. We can't wait to do this again with you all next Saturday. I think we might be doing love making in our latter years. Anybody opposed? Anybody has something else to talk about? We're gonna throw it all in. So let's do that. Thank you all for tuning in. Love you to life. Wish you peace, love, and blessings until next time. Peace.